showroom here at Star City for our third bout of the evening. This is a cruiserweight contest to be fought over 8 two-minute rounds. Let me firstly introduce you to our fighter fighting out of the red corner. Tonight sporting black trunks, scaling in at 84.85 kilos, with a professional record of 3 fights, 3 wins, all by knockout. A 3-time Australian amateur champion, originally from Melbourne, now fighting out of the Central Coast in New South Wales. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sugar Caine Melbourne. And his opponent across the ring, tonight fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight sporting gold and black striped trunks. Hailing from Sydney's Northern Beaches. Weighing in at 86.95 kilograms. Was a former kickboxing world champion. His record as a professional fighter, 13 fights, 11 wins. All those wins by the way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one and only Adam Watt. Goes ringside, John Couchy, John Marks and Gary Lowe. Referee for this contest, John Couchy.
Okay, boys. Come on.
The boy on the roof, okay, a good kick, not much about the head, not much about the belt. When I say step back, break, or stop, you must do that. Case of a knockdown, what you're going to your corner, the one I say, and say that until I say so. Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands.
And there's the tail of the tape. Watt, a bit of a height advantage. The weight just about the same, and the reach is exactly the same as the bell gets us underway for round number 1 of this cruiserweight contest. It's Adam Watt in the black and gold trunks, and Sugar Caine Melbourne in the solid black trunks. I don't think you'll want to blink. You might miss this fight.
I think Adam Watt won the contest for the shorts.
Melbourne, they're trying to establish the jab. I think it could come down to who lands first. Both these men have sleeping pills in both hands.
Both with equal reach, so it's certainly a well-matched fight.
Understandable that both fighters are a little bit wary here early in the contest. Melbourne just circling around the ring, trying to create a couple of angles for himself. Third man in the ring is John Couchy.
One of the best in the business.
Just under a minute remaining in round number 1.
Stand up.
Neither fighter really landing anything of substance so far. Both wary of the other's power. Melbourne there just lunging in with the left, going to the right hand of the body.
I think after this feeling out first round, we'll see a very different fight.
There's the end of round number 1. A hard round to actually score, Justin. Neither fighter really stamping their approval on the fight.
No, I wouldn't like to be a judge in that one, Matthew. It was not a lot of scoring, clean scoring punches. Both guys very tentative. As I said, I think you'll find it a very different fight from this round onwards.
Do you think it could come down to who's able to get the jab pumping first?
Oh, definitely. I saw both guys try to establish the jab in the first round. None was successful, really, so... who knows, this round they might go back to that, or they might start letting some power shots go.
Step it up a little. Win this round.
There's Adam Watt and his trainer Mark Pitts in the corner.
Okay. Just keep it up. Don't lunge in. Take your time.
Smart advice there from Mark Pitts, telling him to jab and not to lunge in.
Corners. Work back into the corner.
Yeah, the fights I've seen Melbourne in, he has counter-punched very well. He seems to be a fairly well-schooled fighter, Caine Melbourne.
Adam Watt doesn't get as much credit as he should for a boxer either. He boxes quite well behind the jab. Especially for a guy who's made the transition from being a kickboxer. He's still got a little while to go, but he does extremely well.
Both fighters there just pouring with the left hand. Either all that keen to commit. See there, Watt just pouring with his right too. So far we haven't seen the fireworks that perhaps we might have expected. What they're looking for the right. See there, Melbourne, they're trying to counter with the right hand. So nothing more than a glancing blow.
I think both guys are just starting to warm up.
What they're trying to cut the ring off. He swallows a right hand and he's backed into the ropes there by Melbourne. And Melbourne, they're just carrying away, turning his back on Adam Watt. Not a very healthy thing to do.
Mark Pitts advised Adam Watt to get behind the jab and take his time, but he's not taking much notice. I think he wants to end this fight early.
Melbourne came into this fight undefeated in 3 fights. Watt, of course, suffering 2 losses in his 13 outings. Good 2-punch combination there from Melbourne. Under 10 seconds remaining in round number 2. Again, a hard round to score. Both have had their moments.
I think Melbourne's just taking the initiative a little bit off Adam Watt.
See, there's some blood coming out of the nose, on the bridge of the nose there of Caine Melbourne, as we look at some of the action from the previous round.
A little bit of frustration creeping in there for Adam Watt, missing, and he got tagged a few times there from Melbourne.
Melbourne not really sitting down on the punches, although better work there from him. And I'm sure that he would have seen fights involving Adam Watt and knows that perhaps his chin is a little bit suspect. And knows that if he can hurt him, that really is time to put the pressure right on that man there, Adam Watt.
One thing with Adam Watt, he has shown a tendency to go down in some of his fights, but he's a very tough guy and he usually gets up.
You know, I don't think you can doubt anyone's heart, Justin, that gets between those ropes, as I'm sure you can no doubt back me up on that, as the bell gets us underway for the 3rd round. They're looking for the jab. Melbourne, they're digging to the body with the right, coming back with the left hook. Melbourne, they're covering up well along the ropes.
Double it, pin it, balance.
Caine's certainly taking the role as the boxer now. Adam Watt is the walk-up fighter.
Be first, Adam. Pressure.
What they're just missing with the right hand, and good counter punching there from Melbourne. Back comes Watt there with a short left on the inside.
If I was Melbourne, I'd just keep my hands a little bit higher when I unload. With a guy like Adam Watt, you can't afford to drop your hands for 1 minute.
Melbourne, they're digging to the body. Perhaps he needs to go more for the chin of Watt. What they're really loading up with that body punch, and down goes Caine Melbourne. There's a beautiful right hand. And the towel has come in from the corner of Caine Melbourne. So the fight is in fact over here in the 3rd round. Well, he looked to be in a lot of trouble there. You could see it in his eyes there, Justin. There's a beautiful punch there from Adam Watt, and as we said, this fight could end with 1 punch, and it did.
Yeah, Adam Watt just sat on him with that punch. He looked a little bit scrappy. He was sitting on him the whole fight looking for that shot, and it paid off. He got him.
And here is, in fact, the end of the contest. What they're digging, that was that beautiful body punch that set it up, brought the hands down, and it was a beautiful right hand over the left of Melbourne. Wasn't that a marvellous right hand that ended this fight, ended it with one punch.